to a Realtor podcast, right? We're going to change the name for you?
Yeah.
This was your idea. All right. You thought it'd be a good idea that we just called it a podcast. Maybe we'd get more attention that way? Maybe?
Sure.
All right.
I guess, yeah.
So it's Lauren Huber. We're glad to have you.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
That's good. So tell me what you do in real estate. What's your deal?
So I'm a transaction coordinator, and
Okay.
I'm also a buyer's agent.
Okay.
So I do the back end stuff for my team partner, Chris
Okay.
Eubanks.
Okay.
And then I also, go out and show some houses for my buyers and represent them in
Okay.
some deals.
Okay. So when did you get your license?
The beginning of this year.
Okay, see, 7 or 8 months now. So what did you, when you graduated high school, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you want to be in real estate then, or did?
Yes.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I probably knew since freshman year that I wanted to be in real estate. I didn't really like the idea of going into like medical because
Okay.
I feel like that's kind of heavy where all my friends were going. I'm like, I don't really want to go there. I think I
Okay.
want to continue like kind of branch into this real estate. Never done anything in it.
Okay.
I don't know anything about it at the time. So it's been challenging,
Sure.
but I've gone this far.
Yeah.
So I'll just keep
I
going.
think you're doing great. Yeah. So you didn't know anything, and now you know some things.
Right.
What did you learn? What have you learned so far?
Oh my gosh. I learned that going in person anywhere is so much better than doing anything online.
Okay. Like, give me an example. Like, what do you mean? Like showing it? What do you mean?
No, like classes.
Okay.
So again, my
Okay.
real estate license online was terrible.
Okay.
I would never recommend it.
Okay.
So again, doing it all in person. I'd continue doing all that in person.
So where did you do your classes?
I did an online course with Van Ed.
Okay.
I did not like it.
You passed.
I
That's all that matters. So you passed, and whatever you learned is not relative to what you need now, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
But they have like continuing education courses. I probably wouldn't have chose them.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. But what have you learned about real estate now that
Oh.
you're in it? What has Chris taught you? Or
Well, I've
Right.
learned that it's not just showing houses.
Okay.
You got to do a lot of paperwork
okay.
and making sure that everything on the back end gets completed.
Right.
So everything on the front end, so like the house,
Yeah.
gets completed and
Sure.
done.
Okay. No, that's good. What about as far as people buying, selling? What have you learned about the people that we're in business with?
Oh, the people I meet, they're
Uh-huh.
pretty cool.
Okay.
It's just a whole different area of different types of people I've met.
Sure.
I've mainly known high schoolers basically my whole life, so transitioning to adults who have like 30 plus years of experience, have cool stories, that's pretty cool.
Right.
I've also learned that real estate agents, they're not as mean as I thought they'd be.
What made you think they were mean?
I don't know. I think it was the TV shows.
What show?
And I don't know.
I mean, the only realtor I know is like Modern Family. I mean, Phil from
Yeah, well, like Good Luck Charlie, there's that one episode.
Good Luck. Is that on Modern Family?
No.
No, what's Good Luck
That's
Charlie?
Disney Channel.
Oh, that's a Disney show?
Yeah.
Did you know this? I've never heard. No, I've never heard. Is it still showing? And he's a realtor?
No,
Oh.
it was just like this one episode.
About a realtor or
Yeah.
about buying. Okay.
And they were having like trouble with them, so I'm like,
So you based the whole thing off of Good Luck Charlie.
yeah.
Okay. I got you. But, okay, so you're in it now. So do you see a future?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm liking it. I like the experience that it gives me and the opportunities that I have to just meet all these different people who
Right.
do like so much.
Right.
And just the
You
ability.
talking about other realtors? Or are you talking
Like-
about buyers, sellers?
like buyers, sellers.
Okay.
Yeah. And like, man, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, the realtors too. They're super nice, super helpful.
I was thinking about you this morning. I was thinking about, here you are, you're in college or in high school. You meet Chris at a fitness thing or something. Isn't that how you met Chris and Amy or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you came on. You knew absolutely nobody. You're in the office where we work, right? Same office. You're there with us. You're 40 hours there, right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
And now you're hanging around with old people,
Yeah.
right? Which I don't consider us old, but I'm sure
No.
from your perspective.
Adults.
Yeah.
Yeah. Compared to like, I don't know.
What was that like for you? I mean, just you being there, being new to the business, new to, just a whole different way of life, I'm sure.
Well, it's interesting because I feel like I don't have too much to talk about.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people, they have kids and I don't have kids.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, oh, well, I did that maybe a few years ago, But that and just, yeah, I just don't have much to talk about. And I
Right.
feel like my humor is very young
It's
compared
good
to
though.
the adults
No,
one.
there's not, I mean, there's only like 3 people that have a really good sense of humor there, and I think you're one of them.
That's really nice.
Lisa's Karen has no idea what a sense of humor is. Lisa's kind of gets one a little bit. She's got
Lisa
it.
cracks me up.
Yeah, she's good, but I get your jokes. I get them. I see it. But it's funny. No, I'm glad you're there. I like you being there. At first, I knew you felt a little awkward, just
Yeah.
because sometimes it's just you, Lisa, and me, or just you and Lisa, or that are the only ones there because it's not as busy in the office all
Right.
the time. So I'm sure that's a different experience for you.
Yeah. Have you seen The Office?
What do you mean?
Like The Office, the
Oh, the
TV
show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. I
Oh.
felt like Ryan
Okay.
in the beginning.
Okay. Yeah, but he wasn't a good guy.
Yeah.
Ryan's not a
We'll
good guy.
ignore that part.
Yeah.
But where he's like, what are they doing?
Right. Okay. You
That's what I
watched The
felt like.
Office?
Yeah.
Was he your favorite character? Or?
No, I think Dwight was my favorite. Dwight's really weird.
He's pretty good. Yeah, he's great. I like him as a person. Rain as a person, that guy is great.
Oh, yeah.
I like him a lot too. But yeah, his character was really interesting. That family stuff that's going on with his brother or cousins
Yeah.
or whoever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Michael was just the best, I think. Michael was
Yeah. The
as
show fell
weird
off
and-
a little bit after he left.
Oh, yeah.
Just a
No.
little bit.
How about the other one? Have you seen The Office, the British Office?
No.
Ricky Gervais? He's even better than Michael, I think. Anyway, that's a whole
Ooh,
nother.
okay, hot
that's-
take.
Yeah, you need to check that one out. So anyway, real estate. So what do you find that's hard, difficult? What are things that how has it changed you as a person?
It's difficult in the sense of having to rely on people following up with me.
Okay.
I
Like, what do you
found
mean?
that
They follow up with
difficult.
you or you follow up with them?
Both ways a little bit.
Okay.
So it's hard for me to sit around and wait for like an inspection report.
Okay.
So I like, hey, I don't feel like I want to be buggy, but that's kind of how it ends up making me feel like.
Sure.
So I kind of struggle with that. That's
Okay.
a little difficult for me.
You think things should be just like,
They don't have to be,
right?
but that's the way my brain works.
I understand.
Yeah.
No, I get that. Yeah, I think that's just a learned behavior of getting to where you can get used to the processes of how all this works and just
Yeah, and how
it-
busy people are.
yeah,
Because, yeah, now, like, I get it now that I'm doing more stuff. So I understand.
right,
But it was interesting to adapt to.
right. That's good. That's good that you see that. How about Chris? What's it like working with Chris? What have you learned from Chris?
He's like a perfectionist and is very prideful about that. So
Prideful in a good way or a bad way?
good way.
Good way. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because being a perfectionist is not a bad thing, but it's definitely can be a little challenging. Still learning the works of everything.
Yeah. But I think if you could figure that out and figure out because he knows a lot. He's very smart. And he is one of the more disciplined and predictable realtors that we have as far as what to expect from him. He's going to do it.
Right.
He's, if he says he's going to be there, he's going to be there. And I think that's a good person to learn from. Because I would say 99% of the realtors aren't like that.
Oh yeah.
They're not. I mean,
Yeah.
they're very willy-nilly and,
Yeah.
So he's really, I think that's a good one to learn from.
Yeah. No,
So-
I'm very grateful
Yeah.
that like he was the one that like took me in
Right.
and I got to learn from, because it really set up kind of a good runway to fly off
No,
and
that's good.
do my own thing
Yeah.
when I can.
What do your folks think of what you're doing?
They're very excited
Okay.
because like I didn't know this, but you told me some people are from legacies. I had no idea. And so none of my family members are from real estate.
Okay.
They never dabbled in it, so they're just excited.
I never thought I was from a legacy, but I am, I guess. I never really thought much about that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But yeah.
But you're not. Okay,
No.
so here's the way I would look at that. That's great for you. Because what I got into, my brother, my mom, my dad were all realtors. So, and they were realtors for 15 years before I got into it. And so anybody that I knew, that I hung out with or that I worked with before I got into it, if they needed real estate help, I sent them to my mom. I sent them to my brother. So they were their clients now. Mm-hmm. And then I got into it, and then all the people that were in my little world were Barry's customers or were my mom's customers. So I had to kind of develop, we had to kind of develop our own little deal because we'd given it away for so many years. So you don't have that problem. Everybody that's in the Huber family needs a realtor, and that's you now, right?
Yeah.
So that's one thing to really work on, as far as I'm the queen of real estate here.
Yeah.
That'd be see, that's an advantage to you, really. That's how I'd see that.
No, I love it that way.
That's good. Now, have you had any? You bought a house for your parents, right? They bought a house. Any other relatives?
My brother.
He bought one?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was my first official transaction.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Where was that? Was that in Moore?
He moved to the west side of Moore.
Okay. So, like, where did he buy?
Wildflower.
Okay. Okay, just off
Yeah.
Western.
Chaz knows.
Is that where you live? Oh, wow. Okay. It's a good neighborhood. Yeah.
It's cute.
Is it Lily Garden? What street?
Camila?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
It's a really cute area.
Right. Well, tell me what you want with real estate. Where do you want this to go for you?
Well, I would really like to be kind of at I don't know if I'm setting myself up for failure, but I would really like to be on like the under 30. I don't know how to get there.
Well, you're already there.
I got
You're under 30.
a while.
You mean like an under 30, like
Yeah,
top
it's the
agents
top
under
30.
30? And who keeps track of that?
Is it Forbes? I don't know.
Forbes.
Forbes?
You said Forbes.
My bad.
That's great. Hey, you know what? You know the Italian restaurant in Moore called Oliveto? Mm-hmm. So I had a friend that she used to train me when I worked out for about 6 months one time in my life. And I went in one day, and she goes, her and her husband, she goes, so we had the best weekend. We went to Olive 2. She called it Olive 2. So, and she was, she's 35 years old at that point, and I thought, Olive 2. And then I had to look at it. I'm like, all right, I guess, but no different than Forbes, I wouldn't think. So.
Yeah, Forbes.
Forbes.
I don't know.
But they do, Forbes does a under 30, but that's nationwide, right? Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would like to be at, good enough in my career that I can just do what I know.
Right.
And not be panicking,
Right.
I don't know what to do, because that's kind of where I'm at some points now.
Yeah.
I'd really like to enjoy that part.
That's good. What is it you don't know? You said I really don't know what to do.
There's so much that I don't know still.
I get that, but give me a situation where you didn't know what to do.
Well, I needed a mortgage authorization form signed, but we couldn't drive out there because it's a far drive, and I couldn't send it over to e-sign. So we're like,
Why can't you do that?
Because you need a wet signature.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess so, yeah.
Just with that mortgage company, probably.
Right.
I think that was. I don't think
And the
that's across
title
the board.
company, something.
Okay.
But yeah, we had to figure out.
That's easy.
Well, yeah, I didn't know at the time.
Okay,
So I'm
okay.
like, okay, we can mail it or have them fax it over, signed. And that's what we ended up doing. So he signed it and
You know what a fax
faxed it
is.
over.
You know.
It took me a while to figure it out.
All right, I gotcha. Well, that's you think about it though. That's very achievable for you to be that under 30 type thing. With you starting at the age that you're at, I wish I would have started. I didn't start real estate until I was 35, I think. So you got years ahead of me. So I think that I'd look back if I would have started at 19. For one, I would have bought more properties than I did. Just because even though they're way more expensive for you today than they were for me when I was your age, it's going to be the same thing when you're 35. These $200,000 houses will now be $360. And you're going to look at them and say, I can't give $360 for that.
Right.
They were $200. Well, they were $65 when I was that age. So
Yeah.
I think you got all kinds of opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
That's good that you're thinking that way. So I think you've aligned yourself in a position where you could do that, which is really kind of exciting.
Yeah. And I hope I stay on this train.
Yeah.
I don't plan on getting off, but, things happen.
Well, they do, but they don't have to.
Right.
I've had all kinds of things happen in my life since I've been in real estate that could have derailed me to get off the train. But why? I don't have to.
Right.
I don't. So
Yeah.
you can. That's the great thing about real estate is you can make as much as you want, as long as you put the time and effort into it.
That's true.
And I think you like learning.
Yeah.
I think that you're a learner.
Yeah. It's not boring, because it's always something new.
Right.
Something's changing.
Right. If you keep that attitude of learning, I think that some of the things that people go wrong with having the learners like attitude in real estate is all they want to do is learn, but they don't do.
Oh.
So you got to be able to incorporate the two, I think, in as far as being able to learn, but then use that to apply it to, to get a lead or to get a buyer, to get a seller.
Right.
Because there's some people that are good at learning. They suck as realtors, so.
That's terrible.
Some of the worst realtors were teachers, or people that you would go to and I'd be like, what are you talking about? And anyway, that's a whole nother story. So what's something about you we don't know? Did we already ask you this yet?
No. Not in their podcast.
Okay. Not in the podcast. Okay.
I hate liquidy foods.
Liquidy foods.
Yeah.
Like soup?
Like potato soup.
Okay.
Like baked potato soup.
Yeah.
I can't stand it.
So you just don't like baked. What about tomato soup?
I don't like tomatoes.
Okay.
So that's kind of.
What about just miso soup?
Miso soup is
Egg
good,
drop.
but it's I like crunchier foods.
Okay.
Maybe I should phrase it like that.
Okay.
I'm a fan of crunchy foods.
Well, what's the crunchy food? Like fried chicken?
Doritos.
Doritos.
Oh, Doritos.
That's funny.
How
about Doritos on your sandwich?
Oh, yeah.
In your sandwich.
Like the bologna or the ham.
Right. Mayonnaise. Yeah. Doritos.
Yeah, that's a classic.
That's good. Yeah.
I also really like chewing on ice.
You talked about that earlier. I'm kind of an ice chewer too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the bad for your teeth thing is a myth because I've been doing it for years and my teeth are not gone.
Well, my teeth did go away for a while, so yeah. But I don't think it was ice. I think it's genetics that way. Yeah. Yeah. Some people.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hope I don't got those genes.
Well, you would know by then. I think at that point, I knew that I was going to have to do something with my teeth.
Oh gosh.
Anyway, well, that's good. It was great talking to you.
Yeah. Thanks for talking to me.